children play. Changing day to day, but tell me, where do the children play? To go when you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Pay paradise and put up a parking lot. No words by this time.
Pay paradise.
Put up a parking lot.
I'm a farmer, put away that DDT now. Spots on my apples and give me the birds and bees, please. Don't it always seem to go when you don't know what you got till it's gone?
Pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Paradise, put up a parking lot.
Last night I heard the screen door slamming. Big yellow taxi took away my old lady. Don't it always seem to go when you don't know what you got till it's gone?
Pay paradise to put up a parking lot. You're in the Reston Rally. You'll be up here singing the song. Come on.
Pay paradise to
Put up a parking lot.
Pay paradise to put up a parking lot. Pay paradise to put up a parking lot.
Let's hear it for Mack. Mack.Johnson. Let's hear it for him. I was really hoping to hear him try to hit those Joni Mitchell high notes at the end.
Good luck. I tried it and I passed out.
Well, you had to tug up your belt a couple of notches. My name is John Pinkman, and I am so glad to see you today. Get ready to get informed, to get inspired. Oh, I forgot something. I'm one of the few citizen activists that are completely color coordinated. You know, she knows the words of that song too well. Okay, so we're going to have a series of speakers here today. We're going to give you a lot of information. The first person we're going to bring up is one of our great leaders. You know, I've been living here a long time, and it's often the people that do the most work don't get enough credit. Pick any organization. And all of you here today have in some way been leaders or inspired leadership, but you're activists. You wouldn't be here today if you didn't care. So I thank you for that. I'd like to bring up right now Connie Hartke, President of Rescue Reston. Recently a star of stage and screen.
Hi everyone. Wow. You all are a sight for tired eyes here. I am thrilled to see this crowd today. Everyone with cameras, please take pictures, take panoramic, and then share them with us on the Facebook page. What we're doing here is really historic in Reston. We have a historic battle going on, and This may last a while. I hope not. But we've got to record it and let people know. But I'll get into more of that later. We're here because of this Board of Zoning Appeals hearing coming up in 11 days. We need you to be there, and I know a lot more people are going to be there than those that are here, because a lot of them have been emailing me, hey, couldn't make it today, but we're going to be there Wednesday. Some of you maybe can't be there on that Wednesday. Then find someone who will go in your place. It is critical that we have probably 3 or 4 times the number of people here today than we have on the 21st. That's D-Day. I'm going to get into some details, but first let me ask, go to the next slide, how many people were at the first Rescue Reston Rally?
Hey.
A good number of people, great. And we've more than doubled in size. It was September 2012. It was just in July that we got the breaking news about the crisis of possibly bulldozing the golf course. That somebody, we didn't know who, somebody was talking about developing possibly thousands of townhouses on it. At the rally on September 2012, it was a beautiful day like today, but about 40 degrees warmer. We were able to hold it outside, and it was at the corner of Reston Parkway and Sunrise Valley Drive at the building that my husband and his brother, the Hartke brothers, own. And it's a really great location because it's catty corner to the entrance to the golf course. So it was very ironic that that's where we held our first rally. And we started a paper petition that day. That paper petition moved into an online petition, and as of 10:30 this morning, we had 4,431 signatures. And growing. While I was sitting there, more were signing on. I mean, I had to cut it off at 10:30 so we could finish the slide. Let's keep that number moving. Anyone you know, talk to your friends, your co-workers. All you're asking them to do by signing that petition is you support our county zoning administrator. You believe that she knows what she's talking about when she says that the golf course is zoned as permanent open recreational space. All right, I want to really spend some time on what to expect at the Board of Zoning Appeals hearing. We start with the pictures, so don't focus on the words yet. I've been to this auditorium over at Fairfax County Government Center. I've been there twice or 3 times maybe in the last 2 years. I've done a lot since that first rally and met a lot of good people. That part's been nice. When you first, how many people have not ever been in the auditorium? All right, okay. When you walk in the front doors of the big county government center, you go to the right, there's the doors to the auditorium, you go through a little dark hall, and suddenly you're at the top of this huge expanse of theater seating that leads down to the grand seating area for whatever board is sitting there. It's a lot of seats, maybe about 1,000. So what we want to do is, just like open space in Reston is concentrated, we don't have a lot of houses with huge multi-acre yards. We have concentrated residential, concentrated commercial, we're about to have concentrated multi-use, but we have concentrated open space. We need to concentrate the bright yellow-green shirts down towards the front and in the middle, and then let it grow out from that as people arrive. Right? We really want to hit the zoning administration board with a visual. If you've got a Rescue Reston shirt, fantastic. If you don't, something of similar color gets the message across. Let's see. It starts at 9 a.m. Set your GPS and everything to get you there by 8:30. Work towards 8:30 so that you're there no later than 8:45 and you are in the seat by 8:55. Some of you can't stay. I can't tell you how long it's going to last. This issue is the only thing on the docket that day. So you're not going to sit through anybody else. This is it. So that first, when the board walks in, by the way, who is the Board of Zoning Appeals? 7 members, independent, appointed by the Circuit Court. Other than their pictures and their names on the website, don't really know anything about them, so a bit of a wild card. So we've really got to hit them with an impression. We've made a good impression so far with all the wonderful letters and emails and petition signings. But we need to leave a really lasting impression, not only to this BZA board, but to future land grabbers that think they can come in and destroy Reston's master plan. So if you've still got to head off to work that day or out of town, as some folks do, come by. Leave at 9:30 if you have to. Come for as long as you can, but be in that seat at 9 o'clock so we can make an impression and get a really good picture. John? Oh, thank you, yes. Take your yard signs off their metal poles and carry your yard sign. And if you represent a particular, you've got a camaraderie of a particular social group there, feel free to make a sign for your group. Runners for open space, golfers for open space, whatever. I think that helps. Now, if you are well, let me work through the list. Okay, so very important. Monday is the deadline for emails and letters to the BZA. If you were planning to write a letter, you need to change it to an email at this point. So Monday is the last day to get your emails in. If you go to rescuereston.org, under Support Us, there's specific, lots of information, the email address, the application number that's very important to put in the subject line, and you've got to do it by Monday. You may recall that this BZA hearing's been postponed before. 3 different times, and then the 4th time they said, well, we'll just take it off for a while. The only thing that's going to stop it this time is if the county closes because of inclement weather, or unscheduled leave for Fairfax County employees. And then they will reschedule it. So this doesn't mean schools are closed. That doesn't matter. It's only if Fairfax County employees, Fairfax County government closes their offices, or unscheduled leave for employees. And of course, we'll try to put it right up on Facebook and Twitter. But pray for a good day like today. Now, it is a public hearing. You can speak if you would like to. You don't have to, and you can decide at the last minute if you want to speak. If you know that you need to leave early and you really have something you want to say, you should call the clerk's office and register, get on the registered speakers list, because you'll be one of the first ones called. After they get through that list, then they see if anyone else wants to speak. If you want to speak, you go, please sit sort of near the edge or down front so it won't take so long. We don't want to annoy these people. The Board of Zoning Appeals, they're basically the judge and jury, and so we don't want to annoy them. So let's get down there as quickly as you can. You start off with stating your name and address, and then you can speak. The maximum normally is 3 minutes for an individual, and 5 minutes if you're representing a group such as your cluster, an association, the Reston Runners. I think and you need to state who your group is. I think you should go prepared for less time. If there's a lot of people planning to speak, they have the right to limit it to 2 minutes for individuals, and they may cut it down to 3 or 4 for. So if you're practicing what you're going to say, practice for a shorter time. Let's see. Carpooling. It's a great idea. Figure out in the next 11 days who you're going to ride with, how you're going to do it. There's nothing like knowing that someone is waiting for you to pick them up, or you're the one driving, to make sure that you get out the door that day, even if it's rainy, windy, 10 degrees. Plan a carpool, and if anybody wants to try to get up something bigger to help people out, you figure it out, let me know, and I'll put it out on the newsletter, we'll put it out on Facebook. You coordinate it, we'll help spread the word. All right, so are there any burning questions on the BZA hearing? You'll have opportunities to come back, but any burning question I missed? Yes?
For the school board meetings, they request a written copy of your statement. Should you bring a written copy of your statement to give to the clerk of the board?
It said if you want to leave a written copy, you should bring 7, so that probably 8. One for each. It's 9, not 7? Okay, thank you. Bring 10. Yes. There's lots of parking. Lot. Yes, in the back. It certainly could be. We expect it to be. It usually is. Sometimes they will defer to later, but we expect it to be. All right, next. Yes.
Just one other comment, Connie, that's also rush hour, so you got to add 15, 20 minutes to your driving time.
Oh, good point. Yeah, good point. Please allow enough time and get there in time. Okay, next slide. We can come back to some more later. Yes?
What are the potential outcomes from the
hearing? So we'll get into that in a bit, okay? All right, next. All right, so who's there? What's, when you go to a play, you want to know who's there. The main speaker for our side is the senior assistant to the zoning administrator, Kathy Belgian. She will be explaining how the zoning administrator came to the determination that it is indeed zoned as open recreational space. Supporting members are Reston Association and Rescue Reston. We go to the next, which is on the next slide. We come up with an analogy. We've got the home team and the away team. So we're on the home team, and what I want to point out about the home team is Reston Association has their land use attorney submitting legal filing, and probably speaking, I'm not sure, and Rescue Reston has the attorney that so many of you or all of you helped pay for. Thank you very much. Grehan, Taves, Pandick, and Stoner, very respected land use attorneys, will be also filing a legal report and speaking. So we've got the legal issues covered. When you think about what you want to talk about what it means in loss of value to your home. Not, let's leave the legal to these guys who've really got that covered. Now, the away team. RN Golf Management is the name that you'll hear their attorney using. Their attorney, Frank McDermott. He'll be talking about RN Golf Management. That is the shell company that consists of Northwestern Mutual and you've heard a lot about Northwestern. I'm going to let other people talk about that. There's also the undisclosed developer that we know has been pushing for this. It's really the developer that wants to do this, and we believe the developer is Lerner Enterprises. Oh, good. Well, I don't need to spend any time on that. You already know. Now, this is a new flyer that we got. It's on the website. And I just want you to see the little picture in the top right. If you go to the next, I don't know if you can read that. It says, My Zoning Plan. And just picture, that's Lerner Enterprises. The last thing they've done with the county, the Spectrum, they're part of Spectrum, they sued the county about density. That's how learner works. You know, compare that to the co-chairs for the Best of Reston. Co-chairs for Best of Reston 2015, JBG, Boston Properties, and Comstock. Now there may be individual things those folks have done, designed that you don't like, but for the most part they are community players. They care about this community, and Learner Enterprises does not.
Bad karma for the Nationals.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but you know what? They could care less. Hope your team does well. Nothing against them. All right, next. So, we are stronger. We're stronger than we were 2.25 years ago. The Reston Master Plan phase 1 was still in a task force, and it has now that's been approved. The phase 1 master plan for Reston, which is part of the county comprehensive plan, specifically said, this is the old land use map, the current one is back there, but the details are the same. The high density that's going in around the toll road and the new metro stations, that is going to double the population of Reston in the future. The county is depending upon the open space recreation areas provided by Greater Reston. So that means the Reston Association recreation areas and the private recreation areas, which is largely these 2 golf courses. Of course, we have a few skating rinks. But it's those 2 golf courses they are relying on, and it said that. Next slide. We're now in phase 2, and I was thrilled. We were all thrilled. Many of you were in the meeting with me when they presented this. The working text for phase 2 specifically calls out both golf courses in Reston. Both of them, and specifically says they are planned for private recreation use. Now the master plan is a guideline. It's not, somebody can apply through the appropriate channels to change that, to change the zoning of a particular property. But as a guideline, it sure is a strong message, and we need to back up our support of this strong message with a huge turnout on January 21st. It seems that the folks that bought into Reston National and their developer, they misinterpreted the Reston Master Plan. I'll give them a little kindness. Maybe they misinterpreted. They should not be able to misinterpret this, and I fully expect this to be approved by the Board of Supervisors this year. So, the BZA hearing, be there and bring somebody with you. Oh, one last thing, I'm sorry. The press, I'd be remiss, I've got to mention the press real quickly. We had our press conference on Wednesday. We got coverage of the Fairfax Times, the Reston Connection, NBC4 was there. We got on for a few minutes last evening, about 4:40. I'm hoping they might show more or share some of their clips with us, because there was more to the interviews afterwards that was very good. The Washington Post does plan to do a story, so we'll be following up on that next week. And at the Fairfax Times, there will be a full-page ad in the Fairfax Times next Friday, reminding people to go to the BZA hearing. So pick up your Fairfax Times next Friday, pull out that full-page ad, and take it with you wherever you're going and show it to everybody. We need more people at the January 21st hearing. Thank you. John?